Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera rakan-rakan pimpinan Pakatan Rakyat, Petra, Marina, dan guru saya dari Malay College dulu, dan rakan-rakan semua. Saya ucapkan setinggi penghargaan, terima kasih atas kesudian sudah hadir dalam kesempatan yang singkat ini. Wajar saya rumuskan beberapa pandangan untuk pertimbangan kita bersama. Friends, we have noticed the strong clamor for change and reform. Fair, the remarks by my colleagues, is not the role of political parties alone. It is a clamor by the Rakyat, those who chose to be formally active in the party. Those in 2008 were not prepared to surface for a number of reasons. The young and the old, and particularly among the young, our support base has always been among students and youth. And that was because we are talking about new politics in Malaysia. Endemic corruption using the race card or equation is considered obsolete. We have even among the Malays more assertive, confident Malays who would still want to retain the special Malay privileges as enshrined in the Constitution, but would readily recognize the abuse when it comes to affirmative action in the form of the new economic policy. Now, in the states that we were in control, just to clarify, these things have happened. Our friends in the civil society must continue to work with us as a team. We need the parties, we need the civil society. And we must not rely on the UMNO-controlled media to understand and appreciate the changes and reform that have taken place in these states. Can you imagine, after 50 years of independence, Selangor, Penang, Kedah have done away with negotiated tender? And that is quite primary and critical and fundamental in terms of economic management and change. That is the agenda for reform. That was what was stated in the manifesto, and that it was reinforced in the People's Manifesto that Petra talked about. Selangor has announced the Freedom of Information Act, contrary to this stipulated position endorsed or accepted or recognized by the federal government. With some risk, of course. They always question the fact that we do not have the powers. State, under the present federation agreement, has very limited powers. I'm not giving excuses, but I understand, I know, you know, Datuk Tuan Guru Ning Aziz, Chief Minister or Menteri Besar for 20 years. Not 1 inch of state land, not one timber, not one contract to his family members. Give the credit due to him. Kedah, under Azizan, 6 months after he took over, no, less than 6 months, reduced substantially the tax, cukai pintu, quit rent, between 30 to 70%. For a poor state, losing about 15 million ringgit and recovering because recovered very fast because of the tender for timber. All new timber concessions approved tender. So managed to garner more funds for the state. Selangor, of course, became the target because that has been considered by UMNO a cash cow, a rich state, vibrant economically. And that becomes a major headache is a daily attempt. We are under siege. We are not working in freely, without constraints. It's a daily matter. I decided to serve as an economic advisor to the state, RM1 per month, purely because of my sympathy to Menteri Besar and the state leadership. Daily under siege. Every single move, every single approval. How do you work under those circumstances? And the institutions are under the direction or directive of the UMNO leaders, not professionally run. You can call it Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission or the police force. So, bear with us. We don't tolerate excesses. It's true, and I've said this before, and last year in my lecture here, people talk about candidates in the last elections. But it's true. Prominent civil society leaders, prominent professionals, academic, none of them, no, none, most of them were not prepared to join because there were risks. Not everyone has to take, is like Petra. He's quite crazy in his ways. And take risks. And that's why I have great personal admiration for him. Not necessarily he didn't want to be a candidate, but he has taken the mantle upon himself. It was major risks. You read in the UMNO controlled media how they portray him. He's an enemy of the state. I gave him that rare honor, comparing him to Zola in my Bar Council speech. And got an applause for that. So, but the situation has changed. We are in power in some of the states. We have a chance now to relook at the party strength of all these three parties. We have even started negotiations on seat allocation even early enough. We have improved the manifesto with the Pakatan Rakyat agenda Rakyat, approved in the last convention in December 2008, if I'm not mistaken, or 2009. And it's very consistent to the demands for the agenda for change. Now, we want to facilitate and speed the process, yes, but we need the support. We need the commitment. Because we're not, I don't choose to repeat or the issues highlighted on judicial corruption or correct. Nothing has changed, correct? Yes. Or corruption within the police force, leading to death in police custody, not hundreds, thousands. And where you find throughout history, one Indian youth, Kogan, died in police custody. And you have Keadilan, DAP, past leaders going, not only showing support, but campaigning, defending the family and the rights. Beng Hawk, they say, fell from the 14th floor. We went, not only expressing sympathy to the family, we went for the funeral. Condemned by UMNO. This is the UMNO, Anwar in particular, has been rather excessive. He had to stoop that low to go to the funeral of a Chinese young man just to appease the Chinese support. My reply was that because I am a human being, I am a Malaysian, I honor the commitment of the young from whatever creed, race, or religious background. Friends, we fight them. We fight them. We don't condone excesses. Why are we confronted with this major risk? Because of the courage of conviction. Because of a tenacity of purpose. We have to do it. For our people. For the state, for the country. is not just a mere political battle. It is not just jostling for power. That some of our colleagues, even in the party, think. Now, that's why I want to use this forum also to remind them. You see, the party elections is not to boost any personal egos. This is to renew the commitment. Barisan Alternative, Pakatan Rakyat 2008, and the agenda for change. And this is not Anwar's effort, or Petra, or Tianchua. This is our joint effort. We will do it together. Not keadilan alone, keadilan DAP, PAS, civil society, and the people of Malaysia. And we will have to do it without fail.